Hello everyone, welcome to day one of 8 days of productiveness. My name is Ralph Adibowale and today we'll be focusing on productiveness as a student or for a student. So for a student, what does productiveness mean? Alright, so let us start by saying what is even productiveness literally. Being productive or productiveness is actually being effective in order to have a desired result, whatever you're doing. I like the way my pastor usually call it persuasion of swim wisdom because productivity, in a very simplified manner, it defines that productivity is a product of your activity. So, meaning at the end of the day, I should be able to see a product that your activity has produced. So, maybe for a student, for instance, what are you measured by? What is will be the product of your activity at the end of your academic pursuit? The first one is your academic performance. So, your academic performance will be rated will be measured, and the outcome will be that will be what we call your productivity quotient, all right, which we will call PQ, all right. So, your productivity quotient will be how is your performance academic wise and how are you able to move, and because it is what you are being measured at, it is not by the color of your skin or by the accent you speak or by by your ethnicity or your background. It's actually how are you able to move from one point to the other in the academic space or curriculum or the academic environment that you find yourself, whether it is a full-time learning or a part-time learning, or whether it's a distance learning or an on-site learning arrangement. So you need to know, okay, what am I going to do in order to ensure that I'm being productive as a student? One is to ensure that you take the academic pursuit very, very serious. Ensure that every requirement for the particular course you're reading, a particular line of study, you ensure that you give it all your best in order to come out with flying colors. And that flying colors is actually the what you know as the productivity quotient. It's actually what you are doing at the end of the day will measure you by and say, okay, you have actually been qualified both in learning and also in character. Of course, another productiveness, consciousness that you need to also look at as a student is also to check that you manage time. Even in your in your academic pursuits, there will be different points where you will be taught on how to manage time. Either time to be at the assembly, or either time to be at the exam hall. And even when you are being given a test or an exam, there's usually the start time, there's a stop time. There's time allocated to different questions, of course, different exams, and of course, there are different marks or what you call the scores that have been allocated to different questions. So you need to now check that in all of this, it is actually a way to ensure that you are conscious of how you need to manage yourself, the constraint or the time that's available to you. So there's actually time management. It's actually vague to say there's time management because you can't actually hold time to ransom. You can't actually manage and constrain time. You can actually manage yourself within the constraint of time, and that's why the concept of energy management also comes in, which is you now have to manage your energy in the constraint of the time you have available. Because whether you like it or not, 12 o'clock or 12 p.m., 1 p.m., 2 p.m., or 3 p.m., 4 p.m., whatever time it is, whatever part of the world you are listening to, you know that those times will definitely come and pass. They will actually tick and pass, but it's actually what you're able to do in the constraint at that time that actually will be what will be measured by as your productivity quotient. So definitely, as a student, you need to also watch again are you able to make use of the different tools at your disposal. What are the tools that you have at your disposal? Is it, for example, as an architect, do you have what are the tools you have as an architectural student, or as a medicine student, as a pharmacy student, or as a student in marketing, student of law? You have tools that you need to use. You need to now understand how am I going to make use of these tools in order to ensure that my productivity is at top notch. So with all of this, I believe that you're able to increase your productiveness consciousness as a student and ensure that you keep on being all that God wants and expects of you. I believe that your place is actually at the top, and I know that definitely with these few points or these few words of admonishment and encouragement to you, I know that as a student, you definitely see yourself leaping high in the space of your productiveness. Thank you so much for having me.